Okay.
Sperm cell.
So is that the head bit?
Yes.
Everybody's making sperm cells.
Welcome back to Stanway STEM Club. This week I wanted the students to do something a bit more chilled out and something that really relates to what they're learning at the moment, especially for the Year 7s, and for the Year 8s and 9s just something that would really reinforce their revision. So we had some air dry clay lying around, so we decided we would make some cell models. So I gave the students a selection of lots of cells on the board in colour, palisade cell and sperm cell, root hair cell, muscle cell, nerve cell, all these sorts of things. Lots of students tend to pick the sperm cell, not sure why, don't know if it's because it looks like a snake or it's just one they recognise, but they had good fun getting on with this. Lots of mess, of course, and it was a bit of a struggle to scoop some of these delicate cells, especially the nerve cell, off of the desk, so it might be a good idea to do it on some sort of cardboard, and that way when the cells are dry you can then transport them a bit better, because as they dried we found they cracked a little bit. Also the very thick cells didn't dry so well, so there's a little bit of technique to using air dry clay, but I thought it was something quite simple that the students could do. So this is how they got on with making them, and after that the following session the next week we spent painting them, so it's a two session job, this one.
Okay, what are you making? Tell us about it.
I'm making a sperm cell.
Excellent.
So,
What
first
bits
of
have you
all,
got?
this is the head,
Yeah.
and this is the thingy.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's called.
That's fine, you haven't learned about it yet.
Yeah, I haven't learned about it yet because I'm only year
The body,
7.
let's call it the body.
Yeah, and then we just swim about. And then this is the tail that helps it swim around
Yeah.
inside the place, and just making it
You've got to have a pointy tail, yeah. So you're going to put some details on these
Yeah,
bits here.
I'm going to add little specks and holes and stuff like that in it.
Nice. Like that? Okay.
Sperm cell.
So is that the head bit?
Yes.
Everybody's making sperm cells. I don't really get it. What about palisade cell? It's just a square. Easy. Well, easy.
So this was session 2 with the students painting their cells. We already had the paints available, so budget wise it's also a really cheap option, and something that just gives me a bit of time to prepare for some of the more budget intensive or kind of more involved practical sessions. I think the students did really well. We had a few odd models slip in of pumpkins and stickmen and some other weird things. Also that student there with their blazer on next to the red paint makes me cringe. I did tell them to take their blazers off. The students also got to take their cells home, which is good, because whether they keep them, in their room, pride of place, or not, it's something that they managed to take home and obviously show parents, carers at home. So it's good that we can actually take something home from STEM Club, because sometimes we do some really interesting things, but of course the outcome is some toxic copper sulfate crystals or some metal covered in some acid or something that you couldn't possibly let outside the lab. So it's really nice for them to do something they could take home with them. So this was using clay. We may well use some other materials in the future. I'd like them to make some Christmassy decorations or something else science related. So yeah, I'll see what ideas we can come up with there. And as usual, I trawl through Reddit and I trawl through the internet to try and find some ideas that other people have done in the past, because there aren't always new ideas in teaching. You might as well get the ideas that other people have done before. So just a few bits on the end here. That rainbow sperm cell was actually very impressive, despite the fact that it was one of about 15 sperm cells. I'm surprised it came out of the drying process really well. And of course the sperm cell there with the blue was really good as well, and the nerve cell on the end was really well coloured.